Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. We have more updates about the launch of the New York Stock Exchange platform known as Bakkt. When it comes to exactly how they're going to try and launch or exactly what they plan on doing. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'm actually more shocked that this hasn't been like all over the news. At last, the crypto space has been blessed with another update from Bakkt, the Bitcoin initiative from the Intercontinental Exchange. On Monday morning, Adam White, the COO of Bakkt, who hails from a Coinbase executive position, released an extensive Medium post about how his firm intends to store the Bitcoin backing its proposed futures contract, following a brief monologue about the importance of custody, which includes terms like the future of digital asset infrastructure, ironclad infrastructure, and a security-first mindset. The others that accumulated the importance of security, White explained the details. First, he confirmed the news that Bakkt had filed an application to the New York State Department of Financial Services, the state's primary financial market regulator that has historically been stringent, yet somewhat not really amicable towards Bitcoin and other digital assets. This happened a couple of days ago. We had news that the people from Bakkt were trying to launch something. The entire problem apparently appears to be is that we had information that the CFTC within the United States told ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, the people who own the New York Stock Exchange and who also own Bakkt, that they cannot hold their own Bitcoin on their own platform, that they need someone else to be able to do this for them. So the people from the New York Stock Exchange said, okay, that's perfectly fine. And they applied for a BIT license. And apparently, I think they're also trying to apply for something else as well. So these are the things that they're trying to end up doing, because the entire issue seems to be, according to the CFTC, that what Bakkt plans on doing on their own platform, that they can't hold the actual cryptocurrencies themselves. They are actually able physically to do this, like they can do this, but New York State is saying, no, you have to have another company in order to be able to do this. That is the main problem. Next, he unveiled the custody solution, which has purportedly been in the works for 2 years. Everyone keep that in mind. And builds off the institutional grade hardware, operational controls, and cybersecurity systems enlisted by the Intercontinental Exchange and its components like the New York Stock Exchange. The following is a brief aggregated description of Bakkt's proposed custody system. A lot of people, I think, don't understand exactly how deep and how far this actually goes. I tried mentioning before to a number of other people, especially, I'm pretty sure even on the channel in 2017 and 2018, I was telling people, when you hear that major players or major anything, whether they be banks or stock exchanges, are trying to get into the cryptocurrency space, this isn't something that they just decided overnight and they're like, yeah, I guess we'll do it. This has been happening for a very long time, and this is why it said it's been in the work for over 2 years. It wasn't the New York Stock Exchange. I think it was the NASDAQ and one other major entity. They announced in 2018 that they were getting into the cryptocurrency space. But when they announced it, they said that they had actually been planning this for 4 years. Over the course of a 4-year period, they were waiting to get into the cryptocurrency market. And this is why I'm like, when you want to talk about where the future of cryptocurrencies are going, it pretty much has to do with things like this, because, you know, there's too much money for them to lose. And I doubt that they plan on losing any of it. So this is why they have been working on this for quite a long amount of time. So about the actual proposed custody system that they're trying to do. First part is wallet architecture. Bakkt will be using a warm online and a cold offline wallet system as other exchanges that deal with physical Bitcoin and other digital assets. The second part is key security. To protect the private keys of the warm wallets that gives access to Bitcoin, Bakkt will be using a FIPS 140-2 level 3 or higher hardware security modules, because why not? Physical protections. All cryptographic systems managing the aforementioned key architecture will be secured in a bank-grade vault and data centers. There was something in 2000, oh gosh, it had to be like a year or two ago, where they announced that they were actually creating like crypto vaults, but they actually meant a crypto vault like in the mountain in Switzerland. Kind of insane. And also cybersecurity. Bakkt will be using the New York Stock System security systems, which identify threats, contact local authorities, and also prevent attacks. Operational controls. Bakkt implements strict operating procedures to direct the safekeeping and storage of customer funds. To further bolster its security solution or custody solution, Bakkt has, here's the really important part. Bakkt has acquired Digital Asset Custody Company, or the DACC, and brings on its native support of 13 blockchains and 100 plus digital assets. The DACC team joins Bakkt. The entire problem has been thus far, once again, that the CFTC said that the people from the New York Stock Exchange who are controlling Bakkt cannot custody or have their own cryptocurrencies. The entire point that we're trying to make is that Bakkt is trying to become a Bitcoin futures contract space wherein they're going to have a 24-hour contract where pretty much if you win the contract, lose money, whatever the case might be, the payout will actually be in Bitcoin directly. This is very different to the other futures contracts that we have seen where people are betting on the future price. This is why they're called a futures of the cryptocurrency or any asset that they are doing. Before, this has all happened in US dollars. So if you had a futures thing, and normally most futures contracts were anywhere from a month, 3 months, 4 months. They were always a very long period of time. So this is one that's going to be happening over the course of a 24-hour period. And this is why I think that the entirety of Bakkt is very important for the actual, I don't want to say future of the cryptocurrency space, but as far as the liquidity that is going to provide and the amount of movement that we're going to see in the actual 24-hour price movements of Bitcoin, because one should only, or not even could, should be assuming that as the New York Stock Exchange is extremely massive, the volume that is going to be flowing through their marketplace is probably going to end up on websites like LiveCoinWatch and CoinMarketCap because they're the New York Stock Exchange who are going to be dealing in Bitcoin on a 24-hour basis. And when they're doing that and have billions of dollars slamming back and forth between their systems, it is going to be incredibly insane. The really interesting thing for me is that for quite a long amount of time, we've been looking for proper information from the New York Stock Exchange and from Bakkt to exactly which coins they're going to hold. This is where it gets really interesting. So not only have they acquired a company called Digital Asset Custody Company, which is kind of the most important part. This is what the CFTC said that they needed to do. They now have acquired one. The speculation has been rampant, at least for me, because the coins that I am planning, myself, not financial advice, what I plan on doing is focusing a bit heavier on coins that I know or that I am aware of that could potentially be listed on their actual platform. So when you look around, I actually found the website for the Digital Asset Custody Company. It wasn't that difficult, but it also wasn't that easy because a lot of companies have these same little, digital asset and custody. A lot of them have the same. Anyway, the point is, here's the actual website. They announced that they are going to be working with Bakkt, blah, 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 blah. We're a partner. We're cool. We're awesome. Scroll down. I was looking for more information. A lot of the parts of the website that I found the most interesting is that there's a lot of schedule a call thing. I mean, to be fair, it is actually meant for rich people. So you have to schedule to be like, hey, I want you to custody my coins. I want you to custody the things that I'm holding. And I was like, well, there's not really a lot of information you can contact them as far as exactly which coins you can contact them to say, hey, I want you to custody this for me. So I did a little bit of looking around. I was clicking around for a little bit. And then I found this over here where they talk about the actual technology that they have. It says their Enclave wallet, which was designed as the outset for the rigors of institutional custody. This will allow DACC to offer industry-leading token support while prioritizing security. So keep in mind, this is, I want to use the word speculation. We know for a fact that the New York Stock Exchange is going to be using DACC. That already we have confirmed. The point is that they need a custody solution for the coins that they themselves are going to have on their own website. The New York Stock Exchange is probably not going to list a coin that is not also going to be able to be custodied by the DACC people. Here's where it gets very interesting. Once again, please pay attention because I've been looking for a very long time for this actual information. Here's, the time lock, so and so and so, and you scroll a bit further. These are the coins that are listed on the actual DACC website. That is the company that the New York Stock Exchange Bakkt has just acquired to be able to custody their coins that the CFTC said that they wouldn't be able to do themselves, and therefore this is why they had to join, partner with DACC. For those who are not looking at the screen, who may be driving, who may be in a park with your kids and you're trying to pay attention to your child, the coins that they have, and it says they have over 100 coins, but I'll explain that in one moment. What's important is the 13 blockchains. They are a custody solution for Bitcoin, XRP, Ether, Lumens, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Litecoin, Monero, Dash, Ethereum Classic, Zcash, Bitcoin Gold, which is really weird, and Zen. And the final thing is ERC20 tokens, which kind of encompass the Ethereum blockchain coins that have been so and so. And so we also saw a couple of months ago that the people from Coinbase were very friendly with ERC20 tokens as they continued to list multiple of them on their actual website. So at the moment, it is not confirmed that Bakkt or the New York Stock Exchange is going to list these coins on their platform. However, one should or could logically assume that if they're going to be custodying these coins, they're probably also going to have them on their platform. This could be extremely, insane for the actual future of the cryptocurrency space, because I mentioned before, any coins that are going to be confirmed to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, or even when we have proper information on exactly the coins that Fidelity is going to be custodying, it is my belief that these coins are probably going to shoot up rapidly in price. This is why before on the channel, I've mentioned a lot of people keep saying, why don't you talk about this coin? Why don't you talk about that coin? It's because they're not going to list every single coin. Just because you believe that a coin that you heard from somebody on a forum is going to one day hit the same price as Bitcoin does not mean that it is going to happen. There are certain coins that the market is focusing on. There are certain coins that the market is paying attention to. When people are trying to desperately get into the cryptocurrency space, well, first learning about it, these are usually the coins that they not desperately hear about, that they normally hear about for the first time. This could get very interesting very, very fast. A lot of the coins that I expected to be there are actually there. That is Bitcoin, XRP, Ether. I expected Lumens. I expected Litecoin. I'm a bit surprised about Monero, Dash, and Zcash, as these are private transaction coins, but we've also seen like a warming up to them. I'm not exactly sure how far or how deep this goes. Ethereum Classic and also, Classic and Cash are kind of the forks. A lot of people hold a lot of them, so I assume this is maybe why they're there. Bitcoin Gold kind of got me, and also Zen. The ERC20 tokens, Ethereum is expected to be in the future a major worldwide platform when they can properly do 1 million transactions per second. And this is why I also think that the ERC20 tokens are also being listed a lot of places, especially because a lot of them have other purposes besides just holding the coin and looking at how pretty they are, especially things like Augur, Golem. Like, these are supposed to be like worldwide used like platforms without getting too deep or whatever the case might actually be. These are the coins that apparently are going to be custodied by the custody solution from the New York Stock Exchange. Think what you will. This is why I said I'm really surprised that more people aren't talking about that this isn't all around the news, because we actually have confirmation from the people from the New York Stock Exchange that these are the coins that they are going to be supporting. It's been a long time coming when it comes for the entire Bakkt thing. For those who are looking at the screen, there's an article from October 1st, 2018 that says Bakkt is set to launch next month. As we all know, it has taken a long amount of time. I still feel myself, a lot of this has to do with manipulation. It could be two sides of manipulation. It could be that people are manipulating or slowing down the process simply because they're trying to acquire more coins for themselves. Or it could be the old legacy financial institutions that we have out there who are trying to do anything to deter the movement of cryptocurrencies. I've said for a very long time that I have felt that, especially in 2018, a lot of people thought that the cryptocurrency markets were dead. They weren't going anywhere, that no one was going to actually use it. And I think that they thought that if enough people left, that they wouldn't have to give regulations. And this is why I still think that we've seen it take around 2+ years for multiple countries to give any type of regulations, because I think that they thought that it was all going to go away. I tried to find the actual documentation that the people from the New York Stock Exchange had filed with the New York State Department of Financial Services. It's almost impossible to find. I tried to find, I clicked around for a while. I tried doing some searches and stuff like that, and the most that I could come up with was like a really weird timetable thing platform that they have on their website where things kind of aren't in order and things kind of jump through years. Anyway, I think the most important part to always remember is, and never ever forget this, especially if you are long in the cryptocurrency space, that means you plan on staying around for a long time and you plan on holding Bitcoin for a long amount of time. Never forget, and this is, I think, the most important part of all of this, is that both the New York Stock Exchange owner and the owner of the NASDAQ have both said they predict that Bitcoin could become the first worldwide currency. They didn't say that because they thought it sounded cool or because they thought maybe I have a full Bitcoin. Maybe it'll go up to $1 million one day. No, these people hold, I'm certain massive amounts of Bitcoin already. You don't, as a major financial institution, get into anything without holding it yourself. You don't start gold futures or gold spot market trading without holding the actual asset yourself. If you think that people from the New York Stock Exchange or the owner of the New York Stock Exchange or the owner of the NASDAQ or the owner of Fidelity or any of these people don't hold probably multiples of each one of these coins, you are probably fairly mistaken. I think that is going to definitely do it for this video. Spread the word if need be. Like, I really don't get why this isn't main news everywhere. The fact that we have confirmation that they've been having problems with trying to find a custody holder solution. They have one. They've apparently applied for a New York State so-and-so license, is also for the bit license itself. So they're trying to make progress as best they can. I believe that they are being hindered purposefully by the CFTC, not so much the SEC. Hopefully we have good news by July, middle of June, that this is going to finally launch. Not much is holding them back, and I like, once again, that every week the people from the New York Stock Exchange give us an update on exactly what they're doing. There has not been a hush-hush moment for the New York Stock Exchange or Bakkt when it comes to exactly what they're doing. They've been actually pretty okay in letting us know every single thing that's been happening with them. As always, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. The future is very, very bright for the cryptocurrency space. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day. And yeah, I'm terrible at ending videos, and I will definitely talk to you all soon. See you.